would you say, it's a good practical question, what would you say to an unbeliever who struggles to believe in God because they feel that if God were real, he wouldn't allow terrible things like childhood cancer, murder, or suffering, especially among kind and faithful people? There's another way of saying, why do bad things happen to good people, if there is a God?
I can't remember who I heard say this, but talking about sharing the gospel with unbelievers, like in a missionary sense, they always would start with, I think this is Jeff or something, always start with, do you think everything is the way it should be? Is the world right? And 10 times out of 10, people are like, no, it's just not right. And so leading that into helping people really understand the fallen nature of the world that we live in isn't God's fault. Yes, it was God's plan, but leading that into understanding how creation wasn't really meant to be this way. Obviously, we know the story of Jesus meant to redeem it all was God's plan, but something's wrong. Childhood cancer is wrong. All these things are wrong, and it doesn't mean that God isn't sovereign, but using that and just letting them answer is this the way it should be? And when they say no, we're like, okay, here's where we go from there.
Yeah, I would say maybe the wrong answer is to go, well, because God causes all things to work together for the good of those who love Him and are called according to His purpose, right? That's the right answer, right? But that might not be the right answer for that person who's in the midst of suffering right now, right? But just kind of go off of what you said, Paul. I think when you look at this broken world, when we see things like childhood cancer, tornadoes, earthquakes, job loss, that kind of stuff, I think it shows the brokenness of the world, and it shows the need of a Savior for the world. And then from there, it's a beautiful transition to show. And the good news is that God sent that Savior in the person of Jesus Christ. So it's always a wonderful way to be able to transition that and acknowledging the bad news, but showing that God didn't just leave it at the bad news. He also already gave us the good news in the person of Jesus.